From the campus of the University of Alabama, live sports from Alabama's sports team. This is WVUA Sports.
You know, football has always been a contact sport, but if the NCAA gets its way, there may be much less contact during the season. A CBSSports.com report out today says that NCAA officials are discussing the possibility of limiting teams to as few as one full contact practice during game week. The main idea, of course, being to limit head trauma. And I'll bet Barry Switzer wouldn't be for that. You know, he's old school. Recently, he called out Johnny Football, and today he tells a Nashville radio station that he would never recruit a white quarterback. Now, former Sooner and NFL Hall of Famer Troy Aikman tweeted about that. He said, what about me? People might say some crazy things if Alabama's basketball team can't get a win on Saturday against Auburn. Tide's trying to avoid getting swept by the Tigers. They're a 5-point favorite at home if you're into that kind of stuff. Anthony Grant says that it's going to be about who makes plays in crunch time.
A lot of times you get caught up in who scored the most, but you know, in terms of the things that affect winning, you know, the rebounds, the defensive rotations, the extra pass, those things that make a difference in terms of winning and losing, we got to be able to be consistent in those areas.
I remember we didn't come out with the energy that we needed to play, the energy and effort, and we need to come out tomorrow and be able to bring the energy for 40 minutes.
Trevor Relaford will play, but he will not be 100% due to a thigh bruise. State championship basketball at the Final 48, Parrish and St. Jude in 1A. Ball movement, everybody. Jermichael Harris to Labarius Hill to Denzel Daly for the hoop. The mascot was loving that, but he was very upset about this. As a matter of fact, he ran all over the place and threw stuff all over the place, papers and everything. St. Jude wins big, 64-35, because they're tornadoes, you get it. They are the champs of 1A. Now here's the rest of the scores for today. Brantley, Woodland, and Elba all taking home those blue trophies. Highlights of the Mountain Brook boys tonight at 10. The marquee matchup in SEC gymnastics used to be Alabama-Georgia. Now it's become Alabama and Florida. The third-ranked Gators come to Coleman tonight, looking to hand the Tide its first home loss of the year. Now, this meet represents the last three national champions, the Tide in 11 and 2012, and Florida last year. Sarah Patterson knows that this team has a long way to go, but having a packed house at home might make the difference in helping her team out.
This team is getting better, and they can't wait to compete in Coleman Coliseum. I think our fans make the difference. I think, you know, that energy that the crowd brings, while it energizes us, it can sometimes, you know, have an effect on your opponent. And, you know, for us, the student crowd, I think, is just enlightening to our athletes when they get out there to perform.
Now, we'll have highlights and post-match reaction tonight at 10. Now, Alabama's 11th-ranked softball team is hosting the Easton Crimson Classic beginning today. As a matter of fact, Bama leads Purdue 7-2 as we speak. We'll have the highlights of that game tonight at 10. Meanwhile, the baseball team is down on the Bayou, taking on the Raging Cajuns of Louisiana Lafayette. They're ranked 10th in the country, and after a midweek loss at Southern Miss, Coach Gaspard knows that his Tide at playing in tough environments will help toughen them up.
Those type of environments, those type of games, it's going to make you compete. It's going to make you really do some things sometimes you're not comfortable with for the first time, particularly your young guys. So I think that's what's exciting about it. And but at the end of the week, you're going to know kind of where you're sitting right now in the early part of the season.
All right, finally, now we know Jameis Winston's a great two-sport athlete. He can add amazing robot dancer to his resume. Check him out behind the Seminoles broadcast team before a recent game. Let's enter that guy in a dance contest. Now, Philip, I don't have very many good dance moves, but I think I could do the robot. That looks pretty easy.
Looking pretty sharp. They might be ready for the next season of Dancing with the Stars. Who knows?
He's going to be doing it. I think you're right. I think you're onto something.
All right. Stay with us now. We'll be right back.